Lost, take a walk to the lake
Guys,
to ease
what
my
is up?
mind and I
Welcome
wander.
to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be an episode on Centrunk. And for those of you who might remember, I did a video a couple months back on Centrunk. Didn't have what I would feel a great experience. Centrunk reached out to me. They said, hey, we redid some things. We'd love to send you a three-month sample pack, every month 3 fragrances, and have you do some more videos. And of course, I'm going to give Centrunk that opportunity because I really like the idea behind the company. So they sent me 3 fragrances, and I think what I want to do this time is what we'll do is we'll just look at the 3 fragrances each month, and then at the end of the 3 months, I'll sort of make a judgment on whether or not I think it's a good service, or maybe not even that, who it will work for, who it won't work for. So let's do that. For those of you who don't know, Centrunk is a site where you fill out some information about the scents that you like, and every month they'll send you 3 samples of fragrances. And today we'll look at the next 3 that they sent me. Now this costs $18 a month, so it's not the cheapest service in the world, but 1.5% of that does go to fight depression. So I appreciate that. I think depression is a disease that far too often gets ignored in our culture. It sort of has a stigmatism. If you're depressed, you're weak, and it's not a real disease. And certainly I know people who have committed suicide due to depression, so it is real. I've battled depression myself, so I really appreciate that Centrunk does that. So they sent me three samples, and I love the way they come. They come in this nice little package. There's some little tester strips inside so you could smell the fragrances they sent you. And then you get a really nice little booklet which has the 3 fragrances that they sent to you, a little bit of a story behind them, how much you can expect to pay for them, the country that they come from, and then whoever packs your little pack up writes their name on the front. And then for each fragrance you also get these little cards, and they'll tell you the fragrance name, what the time of day it's appropriate for, the longevity, the sillage, and it'll give you some information and notes about the fragrances. So there were three fragrances sent to me by Centrunk. So let's talk through the 3. The first one is Oriental Lounge by The Different Company. So this one, the notes on this one, I'll read it to you. The fragrance takes us for a hand to distant regions where revealing spirit, life, and breath of the Orient, mysterious and brilliant Oriental Lounge provokes with modern, sophisticated nuances of amber, curry tree, bergamot, tonka, labdanum, pepper, red rose, and silk. And this is a really good scent. This is let's say in the 6 scents that Centrunk has sent to me, this is probably the first one that I'd consider buying. Now I would buy this at the discounted price, not the full price. It says this one goes for $235. You could find a 50 ml of this one online for about $60-70. So the price, that's the retail price. You can get this one cheaper. This of course is the fragrance that was done by Jean-Claude Ellena's daughter, Celine Ellena. I like this one a lot. The issue that I would have with this one is I was really aware of this one prior to Centrunk, and this is one that I had my eye on. But based on the info that I gave to Centrunk, I have to say it's fairly impressive that they got me this one, and one that I had so much interest in. And I really enjoy this fragrance. It's a really nice amber, tonka, and bergamot spice scent. I don't get the curry in this one, thankfully. It's just the perfect amount of everything in this one. Fairly soft, which I find to be impressive, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree here. This is the Celine Ellena scent, as I said, and she's sort of exhibiting her father's talent of making these transparent scents. For an Oriental, this is soft and light. It's not over the top or overbearing. This is really nice, and I would certainly consider buying this fragrance. The next one we're going to talk about is this one, and I guess this one is called Lead Number 6 by Jasmine Sarai. And I didn't have that much information about this one. It says this fragrance starts off with just fresh enough with a simple citrus blend. As the crowd ventures closer to the stage and plant starts to sing, the bright boozy note of Divana drops. John Paul Jones plays the mandolin. The crowd goes silent. The echo effect in the song contributes to the ripple effect of the guitar strings, coincide with the wet metallic aspect of patchouli. The smokiness of gaiac goes back and forth to wrapping the wearer and the listener with a shroud of mystery. So this is based off the Led Zeppelin album 6. Jasmine Sarai makes fragrances based off these album titles. I don't, and I want to be clear, I have never heard of this fragrance or this house, so this one I had no clue on. And I don't dislike this one, but to me it does have a feel of a lot of niche scents. It smells very much niche, but there's not a lot to distinguish it. I think the consensus is that this is a smoky patchouli, and I see that, but I also get a very raisiny, sort of prunish vibe from this, which is coming from that Divana, and a smoky wood. The gaiac and labdanum combine very nicely here as well. It's also, this one I believe, a really good price, $65 for 50 ml, so can't beat that. But there's nothing here that gets me really excited. It's a quality fragrance. I can't say that it's not. The notes are very nice in this one, and they're well blended, but nothing special for me here. I much prefer Oriental Lounge. Now the third one they sent to me is this one, and this one is called, I guess, Oreche Ores by FL Parfum. This fragrance for the man who is not afraid to be both sweet and strong, catchy but mysterious. I hate those sort of cliches, but tobacco, labdanum, petitgrain, and bergamot from Calabria for an expression of sweetness and comforting virility. So this is an Italian fragrance, and this one runs $160 for 30 ml. So this one is pretty pricey. For me with this one, I get a lot of like neroli, some drier notes in the background. I don't know why neroli is listed, or petitgrain is listed as the bottom note, because for me it pops at the top. I don't get the labdanum. I get a little bit of tobacco. The fact that this is $160, guys, I can probably name you 20 scents that do citrus better for cheaper. This is 30 ml. Pay a little bit more and get yourself a Xerjoff Neo or Kolb if you're looking for bergamot and neroli. This one to me is pretty disappointing. I wouldn't give this one a second look. I'm not a fan of this one. I'd like to see some other stuff FL Parfums does, but I don't like this one. I just think this one is, there's nothing special about this one at all. So first package from Scent Trunk. This was 1 out of 3. I'm going to get 2 more. One of the 3 really interested me. And so in my experience with Scent Trunk so far, they've sent me 6. 1 out of the 6 has caught my interest. The problem so far is that the one scent they sent me was on my radar and would have been easy for me to check out at Barney's or Aids de Venustus. But with that said, this was a much better month for me, I think, than the last month that I was sent. So I'm really optimistic about next month and seeing what they get to me. And I think for a month to be called a success, I would need a month of at least 1 scent not on my radar that I liked, or 2 on my radar that I like. So I'm gonna have faith. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna link to Scent Trunk in the description if you want to give them a go. And again, I don't want to comment too much on this, but I do want to say this just to be fair, because you know I really do want to be fair about things. It's tough for me to do this because I am obsessed with fragrance. It's hard for anyone to send me fragrances I don't know about, and there were 2 in this I had no clue about, so I think that's impressive on its own. But I just live and breathe fragrances. You know, I know people in the industry. I subscribe to fragrance blogs. I have friends in stores. I just really am into fragrance. You know, I have companies sending me samples all the time for Scent Safari. So it's just tough, I think, to impress me with fragrances if you're just going to send me 3 fragrances. But I think that I'm excited about what I've seen from Scent Trunk in this 1 month out of 3. So we'll do 2 more, and at the end I'll give you my summation. But I would definitely, guys, check out Oriental Lounge. And if you like sort of darker patchouli scents with with like Nirvana, boozy notes. I would check out Lead 6 as well. I don't know about the third one. That really I wouldn't recommend, but I would actually recommend the other two. So I'm pleased with this month from Centrunk, and we'll be back next month in November to see what else they send me. Link to Centrunk is in the description, guys. I'll see you later this week with more videos. You know what it is. My name is Maximilian, and I'm
Too high when I think this day, when I make that point that it could have been great, could have been bad, could have lost our way, but we still here and we just won't fade. See so clear when I'm in this place. Life is a drug, so take it safe. Lucy.